So Speedsters, we've got a boatload of Flash information to go over today. We're talking promo photos for the episode Godspeed, which show Earbard, Thawne, and Barry talking, so I definitely want to talk about that. But then we have the synopsis to go over for the next episode, and then apparently there is 2 leaked episodes, according to Canadian Netflix, for episode 20 and 21. And the title for episode 21 is so interesting, and I need your guys' help with figuring out what the heck it means. So let's break all of this stuff down, because I'm mega excited to talk about it. How's it going, Speedsters? Welcome to a brand new Flash video. So as I mentioned in the intro, we've got a bunch of information to go over, so I'm going to try and go over each one kind of quickly, because, you know me, I have a lot to say about some things and kind of go on too long. But, you know, I just love speculating about stuff. So, you know, I'm just going to get right to it. The promo photos for Godspeed are out, and I'm sure you've seen these circulating overnight. And, you know, the first one that I'm going to put up on screen for you guys is Barry looking at Earbard Thawne. Now, obviously, this episode, you've probably heard the synopsis after discovering that Nora is working with Thawne. Barry and Iris disagree about how to handle their daughter in the wake of the shocking news. Team Flash isn't sure they can trust Nora, so they go through a journal to find out exactly how she came to work alongside their greatest nemesis. Now, you know, there's been, you know, kind of leaks, if you will, from photographers such as Canadagraphs, capturing kind of certain scenes. So we knew like Barry would be going to 2049, but we didn't strictly know that he was going to speak to Thawne. That has been a major want of all of ours, especially mine, and I guess it was kind of, in some people's opinions, like a no-brainer. Like, if they're going to go there, surely he's going to talk to Thawne. And finally, we get to see a freaking amazing picture of this kind of conversation going down. And, you know, somebody tweeted me, I'm sorry, I can't remember off the top of my head, last night, just when there's scenes between these two, you know, not only just Tom Cavanaugh and Grant Gustin, because you could just say a Wells and Barry, but when there's scenes between the characters of Earbard Thawne and Barry Allen, it's just electric. Now, I'm not going to go on about this for a massive bunch longer, because, as I said, you can't exactly figure out what they're talking about for a freaking promo photo. But what I will say is that Barry's probably going to say something like, "How dare you," or like, "Screw you, man." Like, obviously he's his arch nemesis, but I reckon it's going to be a bit of a debate. Like, you knew full well what you were doing to Nora, manipulating her. But I've got a feeling Earbard might say, like, maybe it started off that way, but it kind of turned into, like, I cared for her, like, maybe she was my own. You know, like how Earbard got trapped in this time for, like, so long that he had to make the Flash early, which gave us this Flash TV show in the first place. He became the Flash a lot sooner, and he had come to think of like Cisco as his son, but also Barry. He grew to like his freaking arch nemesis. I reckon it'll like turn into a bit of a thingy like that maybe, and it's just going to trigger Barry even more. But I reckon we might also learn what the timer means in this conversation, you know, in regards to Earbard's cell, possibly administering the metahuman cure. That's my best bet. But other than that, Speedsters, in regards to these Barry and Earbard pics in his cell, there's not too much else to say, so I'd love to know your thoughts down in the comments below. But there is one more photo actually that I didn't touch on, but I guess it's from a different time, not when Barry's talking to Thawne. You see Nora here, and I'm pretty sure that this is kind of obviously the early Nora, which the show is indicating that it's the earlier newbie Nora, who's only just discovered her speed, for example, after finding the speed dampening chip, just because they give her that long kind of Lara Croft hairstyle, if you will. So I'm guessing this is when Nora first sees Thawne for the first time, because it looks like the same kind of set where he's in that cell. I'm guessing, I mean, I could be completely noobing out here, but that person doesn't stand out to me, like the guy on the left. I'm guessing it might be a prison guard or something in Blackgate, because it looks like Thawne's in Blackgate in 2049. Other than that, it could be a character. Correct me down in the comments below, but that doesn't strike anyone from the top of my head. Other promo photos show Daniel Panabaker directing this episode, because if you didn't know, Daniel Panabaker directs this episode, and I'm very happy for her, very pleased to see, or sorry, excited to see, you know, the product that she has come out with the Godspeed episode. In regards to the synopsis, with Iris and Barry disagreeing how to handle their daughter, we see other promo photos of Iris visiting Nora in the cell that Barry put her in at the end of last episode. I'm talking a million miles per hour, but I guess it's kind of handy for some of you guys. We just see other shots similar to the trailer. Another cool thing that we see here is what we kind of saw in the trailer. If you guys remember, we saw Nora take the reverse Flash ring, and it looked like she was in the reverse the Flash Museum. But here she's looking at that ring, and it's that kind of corridor in Star Labs. So I'm guessing she's just like, this could mean a billion different things, but it's all like, past scenes of Nora post speed dampening chip, I reckon. Or, a cool thing that we could consider is that we could see Nora get the speed dampening chip out of her, because maybe she visits Thawne in the first place and he's like, by the way, you're 100% a speedster. So if you've never realized that before, you've 100% got a chip dampening your powers or something. An interesting thing to consider though, just very quickly, when I'm saying that this is Nora like post newbie speedster, or like post taking out the speed dampening chip, she does have a wrist guard there, and I could imagine some of you guys commenting, but Boba, if you're saying that, then why would she have a part of a speedster suit if she was a newbie speedster? Well, my only excuse for that is maybe this is just a gauntlet piece of tech from 2049 and she doesn't have a suit yet, but it's kind of like a utility kind of thing, like in some video games where you have like the freaking heads-up display kind of stuff that you can look at, like Fallout, the Pip-Boy. It's just Nora's Pip-Boy in the future that is a part of her future suit. But in regards of promo photos, guys, that is just about it. So now we need to move on to the synopsis for episode 19, titled Snowpack. Now, this episode is going to feature Icicle, and it honestly feels like yesterday. It really does feel like yesterday, even though it's such a long time ago when that episode took place. It's crazy how time flies by. But I'm just going to read out the synopsis. I'll talk briefly about it, but then I really want to get onto the leaked episode titles, because trust me, you're going to want to stick around for that one. So Icicle returns. When Icicle returns to enact the next phase of his devious plan, Caitlin and her mother, Dr. Carla Townhauser, must resolve their long combative relationship to defeat the icy monster. After Barry makes a big decision about their family without consulting her, Iris decides to take matters into her own hands. So, number one, Icicle is returning. We all kind of knew that would be happening from the way that episode got left off. I to be honest, didn't know if that was actually going to be this season or not. They could have delayed him, but kind of glad they didn't in a way. Looking forward to some more Caitlin development there. It's so obvious that he's going to get defeated. It's just predictable. I mean, come on. So, I reckon that will kind of seal a knot between the relationship as teased in this synopsis between Caitlin and her mother. I don't really have much more else to say there. I guess I'm kind of looking, forward to Icicle and seeing what they do with him. Another interesting thing though about the synopsis is that it continues off the previous episode. So after Barry makes a big decision about their family without consulting her, what could that decision be? That Iris decides to take matters into her own hands. Well, it's got to be to do with whatever happens in the episode Godspeed between Nora, Thawne, and Barry. I reckon he's going to make some kind of decision like, I don't know, maybe you should go back to your own time, because I can't think of any other one. It's kind of obvious that he's going to be like, Nora, don't go see Thawne anymore. So just him saying, oh, I've made the decision that you can't see Thawne anymore, it's so obvious that it's not that, because that goes without saying. So, and why would Iris take matters into her own hands about that? She would 100% agree. So maybe, I don't know, but it's almost a bit too cold if Barry's like, you should just go back to your own time. And Iris taking matters into her own hands, she's like, well, Barry, she can stay here for as long as she wants. I don't know what more to speculate than just that. I'm sure there's a lot more to it than what I haven't thought of right now. So I'd love to know your thoughts down in the comments below, guys. But let's get on to episode 20's leaked episode title. That hasn't been officially released, so I can't confirm this, but sounds pretty like safe bet. Canadian Netflix had the titles, and I found this out via Reddit because episode 21, somebody posted the link to Canadian Netflix releasing or accidentally leaking the title to episode 21, and that title is much more interesting than episode 20's. But let's start off with episode 20 first, and that episode is called Gone Rogue. Now, this isn't a mega surprise. I can't remember if Canada Graphs, and you should definitely check out his blog, by the way, guys. I will leave it in the description down below. I have seen set pictures of Weather Witch, on set again. I was about to say Weather Wizard. I guess maybe they were filming for episode 20 at the time. Now, Gone Rogue, am I excited? Not really, guys, to put it very bluntly. I loved Leonard Snart, I loved Heatwave and all those days. I would have loved to see a Rogue kind of back half of a season on something like that. But like the new Rogues, I'm just not sold with what we've seen so far this season with Spin, Weather Witch. Like, I'm no disrespect to the actresses or like the new Rogues that we've seen. For example, if we were to get a whole season with them, I would be not excited for it. Maybe like we'd be proved wrong, but that's just me 100% saying my blunt, honest thoughts there. So Gone Rogue, obviously, it's going to factor into the story somehow. Maybe they all team up together for another episode, but that sounds a bit too fillery, doesn't it, for it to be an episode 19 thing? You never know, it could be fillery, but you could factor in the Crusader or something like that. But honestly, I don't have too much else to say about Gone Rogue, just because Weather Witch, Spin, and we had the other one who was driving around that car with Spin as well. Weather Witch, and I can't remember her name off the top of my head. But you get what I mean. That's not a whole bunch of hype for me personally. But I hope I'm proved wrong. I really am. But the main thing I wanted to talk about beyond all of this, guys, is what Canadian Netflix accidentally leaked for episode 21. I hope this is true. I really do. It can mean 1,000 different things, and this is where I need your help and speculation down in the comments below as to what you think it can mean. So episode 21's, spoiler alert, I guess, but it's just an episode title. It's not like we know anything for sure in the episode, so don't worry too much for spoilers. So episode 21 is called The Girl with the Red Lightning. Holy crap, what could that possibly mean? It could mean a lot. It could also mean not much at all. The Girl with the Red Lightning, guys. I'm seeing like comments on Reddit already from the person who actually, provided us this information on the Flash TV Reddit. Some people saying Red Death, but instead Batman is Batwoman. First of all, it could be Red Death, because Captain Singh in the Flash Museum, if you remember, dropped the Red Death thing, and that's when everyone's thinking, oh my god, are we getting Red Death next season? Usually, we've had, and I don't need to explain this to all of you guys, because you probably know this already, but very briefly, they normally drop little teasers like that for the next season's villain, and that just sounded too opportune for that moment for it to be teasing at the next season's villain. So Red Death could be the case, but they could be making her a girl. So the girl with the red lightning, whose identity would that be? Well, obviously they're not going to be doing a Batman Barry Allen mold into Red Death. Like, that's just not happening. But other people are saying, she could be Leah, Nora's friend, or possibly girlfriend introduced in Godspeed, apparently. Because there were some leaks, obviously, that Godspeed might be killing a speedster in that episode. And if you know anything about Godspeed, that's like no surprise. And that's a pretty cool thing. Anyway, in 2049, there could be other speedsters. But, I'm not saying it could be. I rather Red Death, and I'm leaning more towards like an actual like really low-key tease of Red Death for episode 20. Like The Girl with the Red Lightning, that's just such a cool title, and it could seriously mean a load of things. Other people are saying, what if it's Jay Garrick's protege Avery Ho? Now obviously not, like, these species don't have red lightning already, but like, what if, the Flash TV show, as these TV shows often do, they don't copy and paste from the comics, because then nothing would ever be new. But they're obviously going to give, it's not obvious, this is speculation, but what if they give one of these existing characters or female speedsters red lightning because of one thing or another? Now, obviously, guys, I might be talking out my arse here. This is just speculation, but all I know is that there's a very strong possibility, just like episode 20 called Gone Rogue, that episode 21, accidentally leaked by Canadian Netflix, is called The Girl with the Red Lightning. Now, I do not think it's Nora, by the way, or like Dawn Allen. That would be a cool twist, I guess, if they do it very, very well. Just very surface level thinking here. But if I think about that a bit more, I might actually not like it. And I'm pretty sure the whole Dawn and Nora Allen thing is the whole original timeline thing where Eobard said in the mid-season finale, Dawn. But other than that, species, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below in regards to everything. But to be honest, mainly, I want to know what you think about if this leak is true. What you think that means to go with the red lightning. Also, let me know, obviously, your thoughts to do with Eobard's conversation with Barry. But thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you smack that like button. It really does help out the channel, helps the video grow a little bit more organically and stuff. Check out my links in the description to Twitter and everything like that. Thank you to all my patrons appearing on screen. You really do help fuel the content I create on this channel and allow me to spend, honestly, a lot more time towards it. So thank you to anyone who supports this channel in that way. join the Discord server to talk about Flash with me directly. And thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you Speedsters in the next video. Goodbye.